So, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast. It's car launch season. We're nearly underway for the 2022 season. We've had 5 cars so far.
Yeah, fifth one was today.
Yep. Initial thoughts?
Q Bon Jovi. I mean, it's been a pretty mixed bunch, and by that I mean we've had some carbon copies, we've had some computer renders, and then we've had an actual car.
Yes. God bless you, Aston Martin.
Yeah, and heavily Italian inspired with some cheese grater on the side. No, I just find it interesting that everyone else has gone down the route of here's digital render, and then Aston Martin's like, we came 7th, here's the car.
Yeah.
Well, and then immediately really went out on track with it.
Yeah, here's Haas, here's a digital render. No one's going to copy you. You came 10th.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They spent the entirety of last season designing this car. So
true.
I don't know.
Shall we run through them in order then and give our thoughts?
Sure.
Does anyone have pictures to hand of them all?
No.
Use Google.
No. Okay,
Google.
Richard, you get them.
Haas 2022 car.
First up was Haas, and it's exactly the same as last year's.
Yeah.
It's still just a Russian flag.
To be fair, I don't get why everyone was so surprised at the fact that they announced that they were showing the livery the day before they showed it. So from that, I was like, well, not much is going to change then, surely. Because they didn't really hype it up or anything.
I mean, Red Bull hyped theirs up and they haven't changed their livery in about 10 years.
What are you talking about? They've got a brand new title sponsor.
Yeah, they've just lobbed a sponsor.
They've moved 2 logos.
Whoa!
And haven't they got another line going across it as well?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's a huge change.
I mean, for them it is, yeah. But we'll come back to Red Bull. So yeah, Haas just sort of went, here you go. There wasn't really much fanfare about it. It was just picture, done, bye.
Another thing with Haas, it shows how little sponsors they have.
Oh yeah, it's barren.
You could see compared to McLaren, you could just see all the McLaren sponsors on the wall behind them compared to Haas.
Yeah.
They have 7.
I mean, we could probably count.
Insert free real estate meme here.
Pirelli.
They've got Under Armour and stuff as well for Mick.
Alpine Star, Under Armour, Tricor, something I can't make out, something I can't make out, and something I can't make out.
Yeah, they've got about 9 maybe.
It's not good.
No. And it's still a Russian flag for the American team.
Doesn't it just look like
Haas?
You know when Formula One released those images of what they envisioned the 2022 cars would look like with the 2021 liveries? Haven't Haas just lifted those images and used them?
Here's the car.
Here's the car that you saw 3 months ago, courtesy of F1.
Yeah, pretty much.
Second. Red Bull was second, weren't they?
They even forgot to render the DRS on it.
I hadn't noticed that.
Haas just left out the DRS.
We'll be at the back anyway.
Yeah.
The bold of you
they
to
ran out of money
within DRS distance.
Well, they've been DRS range of each other. That's about it.
Yeah. No, Mazepin won't even be a second behind Mick.
Exactly.
True. So next up with Red Bull, which went pretty much the same as the Haas one of here's a picture. We've changed nothing.
The wheels look nice.
Yeah, that red rim around the wheel does look quite nice.
Really
Very Mercedes-esque with their blue rim.
Oh, look, there's a DRS gap there.
Whoa, is that within regulation?
I don't know, but I wouldn't want to touch it.
Oh yeah, that's a big fight.
That's expensive.
Yeah,
They've made the nose a lot more yellow on it as well. It's a lot
Yeah.
longer.
it's a bit more yellow.
I
Yeah,
saw
see, what they
someone
did
tweet
was they copied and pasted last year's one and then realized that the nose was longer than last year's. So they just kind of filled in front of that as
Hmm.
yellow and just went, job done.
I saw
Yeah.
someone tweet saying it looked like a banana.
Banana car.
And that's not even the Red Bull car. Although they had an actual car there, that's just the show car. That was nothing like what their car will look like in Barcelona. Not that we'll see that either. Still curse you F1 for that decision. Next after that was
Aston.
Aston, yes.
Mm.
And oh my god, we actually saw a real car.
Greater. He's greater.
Can we just say that laser show that Aston Martin did? That was impressive. That was very enjoyable to watch during their car launch.
We got to see Lawrence Stroll again.
God, that
What
He
a
was
man.
just as soulless as he was last year.
Yeah, I think that's
As
like
he
the scariest
stared
bit.
at
is
the
just,
auto cue. spoke.
pre-prepared answers for every question. What a lovely, lovely launch that is.
And they also now have the longest name in Formula One. Aston Martin Aramco Cognizant Racing.
Just in case you were in any doubt.
Or wait, is it not Aston Martin Aramco Cognizant Formula One team?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to make it worse.
And yet, the official Formula One team, Formula One website just says Aston Martin.
Aston Martin.
I find it interesting that Aston Martin so far is the only team that have these vents on the side pods.
Yeah, because they're the only team that's actually showed us their car.
Yeah.
True, but it wasn't.
And it's been on a
something-
track.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah,
something
they've
that
ran it.
The front wing looks really high compared to earlier.
They have the
Yeah, so-
maximum number of elements they're allowed. You're only allowed 4 elements on the front wing now. And they've used all of them. And that's the adjusting vane, and that used to be over this end.
Yeah, I guess the front wings are higher now to maximize ground effect to let air get under the car. Because they've unbanned Venturi tunnels. Woo!
Oh, hang on. What did I just see there? What?
Yeah, Aston Martin are sponsored by TikTok. Ugh.
Get the youth involved.
Maybe they should get Lawrence Stroll to do a TikTok.
Did
Get
you
him
not
to do a
see
TikTok
that
dance. Get him to do the renegade.
Seb went live on TikTok once from the account.
God.
I've just realised Aston Martin's name's even longer than what we thought. It's Aston Martin Aramco Cognizant Formula One Team Mercedes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, they've taken the rear suspension elements from
Merc,
the
yeah.
new Mercedes. So
we've seen the rear suspension of W13. The rest is being released on Friday, I think. Thursday?
Williams is tomorrow, so technically,
yeah,
this goes
Friday for
out.
Merc.
Yeah. I just want to see Alpine's car.
Mm.
I don't know. They're going to have the
pink.
pink. It's going to
Yeah, it's
ruin
gonna
the
be-
Colgate.
It's going to be blue and pink, isn't it?
My Colgate car is ruined.
But
They've said
pink is back.
We said it's going to be blue and pink, isn't it? I
Think
swear
about
they
how
said that.
nice the Racing Point was.
I don't have any jokes about blue and pink cars. I had jokes about the blue, red, and white as it was.
Right.
'Cause
Well, the
that's all
blue,
I'm
red,
good
and white
for.
will still exist in Formula 2,
True.
the land of many liveries.
The land of wait, which team is that?
Yeah, honestly.
Speaking of, I think Prema are both gonna have Red Bull liveries because there was a picture of Dennis Hauger getting in the car and it was navy, not red.
Mm.
That could be interesting. Well, I suppose
Um,
that's what happens when you don't have enough people in your own driver academy, Ferrari. Hey.
Woo.
Yikes.
And
Is
then
anyone an F2 in the Ferrari Driver Academy?
nose.
No, because whoever was in the driver academy left.
Robert
Schwartzman.
Schwartzman,
And that
Mark
was it.
Armstrong.
The
about
rest
Mark?
are all in Formula 3 or lower.
Is Marcus Armstrong left F2 for the Driver Academy?
I thought he'd left the driver. He wasn't on the list last I looked.
Oh,
There were only 6 drivers in the FDA.
ow, that hurts.
Yeah.
No, I
So,
don't want the Food and Drug Administration.
Every time I see the Drug Administration, I think, the hell's the Ferrari Driver Academy got to do with this? It's about COVID.
what the hell is a Mick Schumacher?
Right, so drivers in the FDA.
In the
Oliver
Food and Drug
Berman, Dino Beganovic, Rafael Camara, Mick Schumacher, Arthur Leclerc, Laura Camps Torres, Robert Schwartzman, Maya Woog, and James Wharton.
No, no.
I don't think any of them are F2 drivers.
Bad noises.
F for Ferrari.
F for F2.
Did Leclerc not get promoted actually?
No.
No? Oh well. Sad Arthur noises. Next up, we had McLaren.
Ta-da.
It's grown on me, honestly.
I don't like it. I still
Beautiful.
don't like it.
It's a work of art.
The
It's like-
numbers are horrible.
I don't like the
Yeah.
numbers. I don't like the font, but it's to me, it's like the golf livery where it's grown on me.
Like the colours of the driver numbers horrific.
Mm.
I just
But just the look of the
My
numbers are
eardrums
horrific,
are-
but like the car itself is stunning.
no. I don't like
The-
the blue.
The font they've used is terrible, but it's nice colours.
Now that
That's nice. Get
That's
rid
a
of the
nice
blue.
livery.
That's
And
a lovely car.
It glows in the dark.
Why couldn't we have that?
Why can't we have glow in the dark cars on the night races? How sick would that be?
Yeah, but see if that was the livery, just the papaya and black, I'd love it.
Mm.
I don't like the blue.
I don't like orange and black. I
Yeah,
feel
but you
like
didn't
the
like
only
the
one.
you didn't like the Golf livery when that came out, so you know.
Yeah.
The blue just ruins it.
He's got an agenda against blue.
He's got an agenda against golf.
I'm still not the biggest lover of the Golf livery, to be honest.
Kick 'em out.
I think it's a nice. It's different, you know. They've done something different.
Mm.
Like if we're going to criticize Red Bull and Haas for literally copy pasting their design, at least give them some credit for
Oh yeah, I give
doing
them credit
something
for
different.
trying, but the
Credit for try-
execution is poor.
I can't wait to absolutely lambast the Mercedes when it's exactly the same as the last 3 seasons.
Well, they
Dunno,
might
we
put
might go
more
back to
AMGs on
silver.
it.
Oh yeah. More
Might go back to
AMGs.
silver, or just more AMGs. Yeah.
Another thing with McLaren is the McLaren Arrows cars. They're more beautiful as well.
Yeah, they've really gone for unity across all of their sort of racing divisions, which I quite like. Sort of, you know, it ties it all together because you know often there's like Mercedes have their Formula E team, and it's kind of similar, but you know, and then there's a lot of other teams that just sort of have other bits and pieces, like Haas are in NASCAR, but you wouldn't really know it that much, bar the the Haas logo being plastered on it, and at least the NASCAR team actually has sponsors. So that's like the big difference between the Formula One Haas team and the NASCAR Haas team, is one is actually covered with sponsors.
And then before we got to AlphaTauri, we had a tease from Bad Santa.
Oh God.
He teased the Rich Energy 2022 F1 car.
Did you see Rich Energy have sponsored is it the Jamaican bobsleigh team?
I did not see that.
They did.
Oh no. But yeah, I'll see if I can find it on Twitter. Bad Santa was back out. Don't ask me why I follow Rich Energy. I think it's just funny more than anything. To be quite honest. Come on, Twitter. Log me in, please. Thank you. It gives me the fear about tomorrow that Williams are going to come out as Williams Rich Energy Racing. That would just be pain.
They've just announced that they're sponsored by Duracell battery, so I'm
They'll
very
never
excited.
run out of electrical power. The car is in state Bravo. It is not safe to jump out of the car. We have too much electrical energy still.
So here's the Rich Energy tease. They shared this. They couldn't even use the proper F1 logo on the car.
Design a tire that looks right either.
Yeah, the tires look strange.
To be fair, it's probably more developed than a Haas car, so
Probably.
Part of that, the back of that looked wrong. Like both of the DRS elements coming below one side of the engine cover.
Yeah, it looked as if to operate the DRS, they were going to push the bottom bit down rather than lift the top bit up, which just isn't how DRS works.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is Rich Energy, so you know. Womp womp.
So that got shared, and everyone in it immediately went,
Idiot.
you're not coming back to F1. And they better not announce tomorrow that they're coming back to F1. Or I will cancel the Williams team.
I mean, I don't want Williams to be sponsored by them, but now I kind of do, just to see that happen.
Don't lie.
I'll
you
have
will
to-
all cancel Williams as
I'll have
well
to
if they
issue a
get sponsored
legal
by Bad
disclaimer.
Santa.
I have to issue a legal disclaimer to say that your views are not the views of the podcast. You speak for yourself.
You all hate Bad Santa too.
Yes, but I'm not going to cancel the Williams team.
Yeah,
Too much respect for Frank.
Frank doesn't own the team anymore, so we can't.
No.
It's not. It wouldn't be his fault. And then we had AlphaTauri, which is basically last year's livery in reverse.
That flex box gets on my nerves so much.
So like the
Orange.
2020 livery, because they flipped that. They flipped last year's on the 2020 livery.
We're back to where we started now.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's still a nice looking car. I like it.
Yeah.
See, I don't have a thing against blue. I like it on the AlphaTauri.
Yeah, but that's a darker blue.
Yes,
So
it's a
maybe
different
it's
blue.
a light blue you have an agenda against.
Doesn't like the sky. It's a vampire.
Isn't it room light blue anyway?
Green.
It's just a camera.
Yeah. It's just a laptop camera, but no, it's green.
I
But
mean,
not really much to say about the AlphaTauri car. It's not the real car. So
again, yeah, it's just renders.
yeah.
But at least, you know, it looks nice.
Yeah, it does.
I do like the very simplified sides and aero elements.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot nicer. As interesting as having a barge board with 92 different aero veins on was, you get to the point of like the casual watcher is just like, well, what the f does that actually achieve?
Yeah.
Now we have simple aero elements where we have the directors sort of at the front of what was the barge board section, sort of similar to like the first barge boards McLaren ran in, was it the late 80s, I want to say, somewhere around there. And then we've got, just ground effect, and everything is to draw air under the car or to shape it back round and
Or to launch it over the car.
yeah. I feel like that's going to make it, that could make it more interesting for potentially younger viewers to get involved in the design aspect of motorsport in general.
Yeah.
Because they're not going, well, I don't understand why there's 17 different bits of different sizes, different angles, and God knows what shape, and shapes that make Tetris look plain simple. And then now we've got just generic swooping elements that should in theory work, but we will see. Does pose the question of what does Adrian Newey have in his locker? Because he is one of, if not the best car designers when it comes to getting the best out of aerodynamic elements. So I'm very interested to see how the Red Bull car goes this year.
We have some other news away from car launches. Drive to Survive has a release date. March 11th for the new series of Drive to Survive. Which is, I think, just before pre-season testing?
I think so.
Yes, I think, yeah.
Oh no, it's during pre-season testing.
Oh my God, how can we cope? We can't do both at once.
It's on day 2 of pre-season testing.
Outrageous.
So you'll get, when first race? When can we do a Drive to Survive review? Oh no. Schedule. Oh no, we don't have time, because then it's just the race.
Oh God.
When's our first non-race week?
After Bahrain.
After then?
Oh God,
yeah,
no, it's a double header.
Yeah, it's an opening double header, Bahrain, Saudi.
It's the 2 weeks between Saudi and Australia.
That's all right. We can do first half and second half.
Yeah. So that's when we'll finally get round to reviewing it.
Gives you time to watch it.
Yeah, we'll have to review pre-season testing, and then race 1, and then race 2, and then we'll get to talk about last season.
Hooray.
Yeah. Again.
Oh my God. It's going to be such a jarring thing going from watching the new cars to watching the old cars.
Nice if my router didn't shut itself mid-recording. But yeah, so we can watch the first 2 races of the season, then talk about last season.
I mean, to be fair, if it's that late, then they might have actually made a decision by then. So,
So speaking of last season, the F1 Commission met today, or yesterday as you're listening to the podcast, and they have announced absolutely nothing. In traditional FIA fashion, we'll tell you later. No, tell us now. We want to know. What's your thoughts?
I mean, were we ever going to get a result before lastminute.com These are the people that cancelled Australia with like 2 hours notice, remember?
True.
So 4 weeks is quite a long time.
Mm.
So I'd expect the press conference the day before the first race of the season would be the result. And they'll do an unveiling like they did with the Stig. And it won't be Michael Massey under the helmet.
Well, I mean, surely we have to know by pre-season testing, because we need to know who the race director is going to be for those sessions.
They can. You don't need a race director for tests.
We
You
need
just
a
need
race director for
just
all
need
sessions.
the course director would be fine.
Course director, Michael Massey.
Just gets
See, look, he's
redirected.
not the race director anymore.
He's just the course director at every circuit on the calendar,
Mm.
which means he gets 23 annual salaries.
Rich man.
Rich energy.
But it is heavily rumoured that Michael Massey is being removed from his position as race director, and is going to be put in a different safety role in the FIA, hopefully far away from Formula One.
My concern is, who are they going to replace him with?
I don't know, Seb Vettel.
He'll be racing.
He can do
Just like,
both.
hang on. Let's just give a sec. Seb, yeah, Alpha Tauri is causing a nuisance. Seb, yeah, just ignore them.
Yeah.
Done.
I don't know who they would get to replace him. Frankly, I don't really care.
You will when they're even worse.
But then we'll fix that.
We welcome Bernie Eccleston.
Oh no.
First mandate, mandatory sprinklers. Second mandate, sprinklers will be activated via an RNG generator. Any point within the lapped races.
Sprinkler boost. Sprinkler fan boost. Vote for which lap you want it to be wet.
I'm telling you, it's those water cannons at the side of the theme park rides. It's going to be those, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know who they would replace Michael with, but frankly, I don't really care. As long as they replace him with someone that's at least competent at following a rule book.
Might I introduce myself?
And doesn't just go, oh yeah, we want an exciting finish to the season. Haha, sporting regulations? We don't need those. I do what I want.
These are more like guidelines anyway.
This is just advice.
Yep, done.
Sounds like Boris when he held a party.
No, because Boris just completely ignored everything.
Mm.
Be that advice, regulations, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
he's still somehow in charge. So, welcome, Michael.
Michael Massey, Prime Minister.
no.
Hey, at least we'd have an
God's
exciting
no.
finish to the coronavirus pandemic.
Yeah.
Last lap
But-
shootout between Omicron and Delta.
In Delta.
It all goes wrong, and Michael's like, "It's called a party."
We went booster racing.
Yeah, it's the fact that recording as well from Abu Dhabi's re-emerged recently, where Jonathan Wheatley's like, let's go motor racing. Michael Massey a lap later. Toto, we went motor racing. Oh
It's
no.
just terminology, isn't it? Like,
I think it doesn't look good though.
nothing
The
looks good
optics are
if
bad.
you nothing looks good if you shine the right light on it.
Mm. This isn't like the F1 shined on it though. This is F1 Media published this.
I mean, you shine any kind of light on Mazepin and it looks like a boiled egg. So, I think the only light that would make Mazepin look good is the light of vanishing. Or just
The light off.
pitch blackness.
Yeah.
Vanta black.
Also in the news today, sprint races.
Oh, yes.
We're not getting 6 as first thought. We're only getting 3. And they're slightly more exciting because more points are on offer.
Essentially, we cannot confirm how exciting they're going to be just
again-
because some points have been added.
I mean, it's going to give the midfield something to fight for.
Yes, exactly.
So they're not just going to go, I'm quite happy with 5th and just trundle round. They'll want to push further up.
There's that key word that I spoke about every time we did a sprint race podcast, and that is incentive.
Mm.
They have increased the incentive, which is what we wanted them to do. So, Jean Todd, thanks for listening. Thanks for being such a loyal subscriber to our podcast, and thanks for taking our advice on board.
Now all they have to do is reverse the top 8 from qualifying.
Whoa, Mercedes fanboy is not confident about his Mercedes dominant car.
No, I just think it would be good. I don't care who takes pole. Put them in 8th. Make them race.
Michael
about
Massey
how-
has turned up.
Think about how good Brazil was because we actually had some racing.
Yeah, but that was also because Lewis had a brand new shiny engine that was full of beans.
Yeah, but even if he didn't, he would still have got to about 10th.
Yeah, but he did. So
So
it
he
just
got
made
to
it look
5th.
even. Yes, the overtakes were there and they were plentiful, but because of the massive difference in the tech, it just looked so easy. Like it looked like he was racing against 0% AI.
But at least there was overtakes.
True. Very true.
All we had in Britain was Checo going, wee! And
That was
spinning.
fun though.
It was quite funny to watch Checo spinning, but that was all that happened in the sprint race.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
but we know what happens after the sprint race,
Mm,
and that's
bonk.
2 people crashing.
Incidents galore.
So what races are Hamilton and Verstappen going to crash this year?
The 3 sprint races.
Brazil again?
Silverstone again.
Austria.
No, we're not racing at Silverstone.
We're
That's
not
not a
racing it.
That's
What?
not a sprint weekend.
Oh my god.
Um,
The sprint races are
I
in
want to say,
Austria and
yeah.
Brazil, aren't they?
oh, changes to the sporting regulations because of Belgium have been announced.
Oh yeah, you can't have a race with under 7 laps in the safety car, is it?
So they just put the safety car out for more laps then.
Bingo. There's the cynical answer.
Oh no, you have to have. Don't you have? Oh, that's right.
We don't know if he's dead or.
I'm back. Sorry,
Oh,
I
there
was
we
just
go.
interrupted.
Yeah,
Hi,
don't-
back.
don't-
I'm dad.
So
don't you have
no
to have,
points will
like-
be awarded unless 2 laps
Yeah.
have been completed without a safety car. Should the leader have completed more than 2 laps but less than 25% of the scheduled race distance, the top 5 get points. First gets 6, second gets 4, 3, 2, 1. If the leader's completed 25% but not 50%, the winner gets 13, second gets 10, third 8, fourth 6, fifth 5, sixth 4, seventh 3, eighth 2, and ninth 1. And then should the leader complete 50% but less than 75%, it's 19, 14, 12, 9, 8, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. And then anything above 75% is full points. No more half points. Yes.
Live in peace. I don't have to type 0.5. Oh my god. I also need to figure out how I'm going to do the graphics this year so that they don't take as long.
But yeah, so we don't need to worry about another Belgium because it can no longer happen. We're
It's just
actually
a-
going to need to go racing for there to be a race.
So what happens if like another Spa happens again? It's just No race at
No
all.
points.
No race.
Yeah,
Just nothing.
pretty much.
They'll release the safety car for 2 laps, and the 2 laps will take about an hour, and then they'll call it.
So instead of it being just a waste of time, it'd be a complete and utter waste of time.
So yeah, basically we're going to need to go racing for there to be a race, and if we don't, then no points.
Who'd have thought that would ever been a statement? We have to go racing for there to be a race.
I know. Hopefully that also means that race victories aren't awarded. 'Cause that was the only reason Max led on countback from race victories going into Abu Dhabi was because of Belgium.
Lol, should have just qualified by out qualified by Williams.
Yeah, but even if Lewis had taken pole and led because of Belgium, I wouldn't have been happy because Belgium was a disgrace.
Yeah, but
Lewis really should have been just fast around the track.
shouldn't have been out qualified by Williams.
Anyway, what I did go to was the sprint venues at Imola, so that's going to be crap.
Unless it rains again.
Austria,
Bernie Eccleston enters the chat.
yeah, so we're going to Imola, Austria, and Brazil,
So we've got 2 before the summer break, and then
Brazil.
about 6 months, and then the third.
So basically the same as we had this season then.
Uh,
No, actually, with 1 before the summer break. So the opposite of
Yeah.
this season.
yeah, we had. Yeah, it was Silverstone, Monza,
Monza,
and then
Brazil.
Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Brazil.
Maybe they should have a lucky dip at the end of every qualifying session. Who are we going to disqualify for the sprint? Who has to start last?
That's a
And,
pity. Oh no!
Yeah, redo
Oh.
it.
Draw again. Who has to start last? If you draw the driver that starts last, draw again.
Surely you just don't put him in.
I
You
swear it'd
have
be
to
like
be fair.
you draw out 19th and they have to start up back and it's like the most petty thing in the world.
Who's going to start last? Mick Schumacher.
What are you talking
Hey.
about? He starts 16th.
On
Sometimes.
occasion. It's usually 19th. Was that it in terms of F1 related news from this week?
Have they changed it so the person who actually gets pole position in qualifying on sprint race weekend actually gets pole position, not speed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speed King is gone.
Oh,
It will once again be the Pirelli Pole Position Award.
so what's qualifying? Is that still
That is
just
qualifying. It'll
pole?
just be
Yeah,
what's sprint
qualifying in
now.
pole
Yeah.
position.
Qualifying, you get
Fair
pole.
What's sprint now?
And then sprint you get pole.
Well, sprint, you get a sprint win.
Sprint, you get pole.
Yeah.
Pole squared. They haven't announced what it'll be called when the sprint, but it's not pole.
They work it out at Imola.
Yeah, I'll decide then.
But do they
The
make the
minute before
driver
the
go
race
head over
finishes.
heels? Will they get to do a roly-poly?
But yeah, any other F1 news this week?
No, just the impending car launches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the schedule for the rest of the car launches? We've got Williams today, as you listen to this.
All you need to assume they're listening to this on the day it's released.
Yeah.
Um,
So Williams on the day this was released.
Ferrari on the 17th, Mercedes on the 18th, Alpine on the 21st, and Alfa Romeo on the 27th.
So we're not actually going to see the Alfa Romeo until it's been on track.
Correct.
Makes sense.
They might do another beautiful test livery though. So
I mean, yeah, but we're still not getting to see it until after the first test. So we'll know how fast it is, but we won't have seen it.
We'll know how many go faster stripes they need to apply.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to see the sandbags again. They were fun times.
Oh, I think we will. I genuinely think it'll be like an Alpine or an Aston Martin that'll top day one of testing. Because the top teams are just going to go, full fuel, go.
Ferrari.
No, they'll just spin.
They don't have Mazepin. What are you on about?
Oh, they don't Seb either.
Exactly. They've got Sainz and Leclerc. That's a very sensible and stable lineup.
I am stupid.
Just because he crashes when he puts it on pole.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ferrari might go top, I suppose. But it won't be until we get to Bahrain that we'll actually see the speed.
Ferrari power.
No.
Ferrari illegal power.
Yes. And then a handy settlement that no one gets to know what it is.
Get ready for another one
Always.
of those with Michael Massey's resolution.
All we see is Ferrari lose 5 seconds of race pace overnight. So, oh no.
The track
Not
doesn't
again.
suit us. The
Nothing
track
happened
doesn't
here.
suit us.
We brought the wrong front wing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We brought last year's car.
Oh no, he loaded up
Yes.
the wrong car.
So sorry we're behind Haas. The track just, we didn't have the right setup today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Somebody gave us the wrong tires.
Yeah.
You have good days, you have bad days, you move on.
Grazie ragazzi.
Yeah.
Grazie mille a tutti.
So, as promised a few weeks ago, we're now going to do our blind predictions. So we're going to have predictions now, pre-season testing, and then on the pre-race podcast for Bahrain, we're going to do this again with our post-pre-season testing predictions.
I will be mildly more informed.
Yes. And because Nia won last year, she's going to go first.
I've run the team so far, but so for teams, I put Mercedes first, then Red Bull, then McLaren, Ferrari, Aston Martin, Alpine, Williams, Alpha Tauri, Alfa Romeo, Haas.
Okay. We'll now give you another 5 minutes to do your drivers.
We'll do everyone else's teams first.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Ben?
In 10th, I have Haas, obviously. 9th, Alfa Romeo. 8th, Alpha Tauri. 7th, Williams. 6th, Alpine. 5th, Aston Martin. 4th, Red Bull. 3rd, McLaren. 2nd, Ferrari. 1st, Mercedes.
Okay. So my constructors are 10th Haas, 9th Alfa Romeo, 8th Williams, 7th Alpha Tauri, 6th Alpine, 5th Aston Martin, 4th McLaren, 3rd Ferrari, 2nd Red Bull, 1st Mercedes.
So this year, basically.
Pretty much.
That means it's my go now, doesn't it? Oh,
Yeah.
God. 9, 10. 10. Haas. 9.
Haas.
No, I said those for 10. I can't do them for 9 as well, Chris. 9th we'll have, who was on the way down? Alfa Romeo. 8th we will have.
You really are doing this on the fly, aren't you?
Yeah. I wasn't joking. I said I'm going to do it on the fly. I'm going to do it on the fly. 8th we will have I'll go put Alpha Tauri. Then 7th, Aston Martin. 6th, Williams. 5th, Alpine. 4th, McLaren. 3rd, part of me really wants to say Mercedes. 3rd, Ferrari. 2nd, Mercedes. 1st, Red Bull. I have faith in Adrian Newey. Not because that's his book or anything.
So while we wait on everyone to assemble their drivers' predictions, any initial thoughts on everyone's constructors?
Had an aneurysm.
I mean,
fair play. You've gone for it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
just wait for the drivers.
God. Who's Ben going to have as world champion?
Mick Schumacher. And yet Haas still finished last. Good job, Ben.
Yeah, he gets in there.
Get in there, Mick.
Red Bull spent all their money on last year. Some year.
All of the years.
Yeah.
Talking about, they just got massive sponsorship deal from Oracle.
That's for the after party of last year.
Should probably put the Aston Martin drivers in to my predictions.
Probably write down something.
Oh yeah, Daddy's cash.
I forgot Valtteri existed.
Did Mercedes for most of the seasons.
So Nia, you ready?
Nope, I forgot Valtteri existed. Now I'm gonna rewrite everything.
Oh no. Well, surely you don't need to rewrite everything. Surely you just have to rewrite the bottom.
No, because I wrote up to 9th. And
And you think Valtteri's going to finish that high up?
No, I put 15th.
Oh, okay. And give us your 20.
That's right. In 20th, I have him. 19th, I have Guan Yu Zhou. 18th, Mick. 17th, Bottas. 16th, Yuki. 15th, Latifi. 14th, Albon. 13th, Gasly. 12th, Ocon. 11th, Vettel. 10th, Alonso. 9th, Stroll. 8th, Perez. 7th, Ricardo. 6th, Norris. 5th, Verstappen. 4th, Russell. 3rd, Sainz. 2nd, Leclerc. 1st, Hamilton.
I have no words. So 20th, we have the Egg. 19th is Schumacher. 18th, Zhou. 17th, Latifi. 16th, Albon. 15th, Bottas. 14th, Yuki. 13th, Gasly. 12th, Stroll. 11th, Seb. 10th, Ocon. 9th, Fernando. 8th, Ricardo. 7th, Sainz. 6th, Norris. 5th, Charles. 4th, Sergio. 3rd, Russell. 2nd, Verstappen. 1st, Lewis.
Major brain fart, and you said Russell in 3rd. Completely too used to him at Williams.
Yes, Williams world champion 2022. So while we still wait on Nia, Richard, why don't you
Yeah.
give us your... Oh, Nia's ready.
I got him, yeah.
Whoa. Okay,
Mm.
Nia.
Right, so in 20th, we got 19th, Guan Yu Zhou, 18th, Mick Schumacher, 17th, Nicholas Latifi, 16th, Alex Albon, 15th, Valtteri Bottas, 14th, Yuki Tsunoda, 13th, Fernando Alonso, 12th, Lance Stroll, 11th, Pierre Gasly, 10th, Esteban Ocon, 9th, Sebastian Vettel, 8th, Charles Leclerc, 7th, Daniel Ricciardo, 6th, Carlos Sainz, 5th, Lando Norris, 4th, George Russell, 3rd, Sergio Perez, 2nd, Max Verstappen, and 1st, Lewis Hamilton. I've gone really Welsh. I don't know why.
Richard, you looked very confused during parts of that.
It wasn't confusion, it was worry. Because Ben was frozen.
Ah,
So I was just kind of waiting to see if Ben was going to disconnect or not.
Yeah.
Right.
Richard?
Hang on, I just need to.
Richard
Here's
has
my
to
list.
look up.
There it is. Right. 20th, obviously. The spinning top. 19th, Guan Yu Zhou. 18th will be Schumacher. 17th will be Latifi. 16th will be Albon. 15th will be Bottas. Now we're into the bottom of the midfield. So then we'll have Stroll. Then we'll have Ocon. Then we'll have Vettel. Then we'll have Alonso. This is not making sense for the teams. Good job, Richard.
For the second year running.
I've just looked over and gone, AlphaTauri at 8th, and I haven't named either of their drivers yet. Gasly 10, Sonoda 9. Yeah, controversial. 8th. Okay, this should be straightforward. 8th, Ricardo. 7th, Sainz. 6th, Leclerc. 5th, Norris. 4th, Perez. 3rd, Russell. No, Hamilton. 2nd, Russell. 1st, Verstappen.
That's bold.
So I'm when I fix it, when I'm doing my post testing predictions, I'm literally just going to change the bottom half.
So AlphaTauri are actually 8th?
Yes.
Mm.
I'm a
A
genius.
lovely graphic with Alex's predictions will appear here if we get them off him. Maybe.
If he's alive.
Yep.
Still haven't heard from him.
So yeah, they'll hopefully appear as well as anyone else's. That's enough of a pause for Richard to be able to extend it in the recording to make graphics appear. Have fun with that, Richard.
That's me holding up a graphic, in case you couldn't tell.
I see.
Because that's how it works, right?
And anyone who wants to get involved, as always, you can get involved on social media. We'll put out a tweet and things and ask for your blind predictions before we go into testing next week. The first session is next week, and we don't get to see it. Woo.
Yay.
Yay. F1 TV. But then we go to Bahrain in 3 weeks. Hype. Anything else? I don't think so. There was a Formula E race yesterday, but we'll come back to that next week. That'll give Richard time to watch it. Because you've not watched that, haven't you, not Richard? No. You watched it, Ben?
No.
Nia, have you watched it?
Yes, I did
Good.
watch it.
Letting the team down, Nia. Come on.
I'm wearing a Merc Formula E top. What do you expect?
I'm wearing an Oakley factory pilot shirt that has a
Also, a
surf on it.
Mercedes-
I didn't go surfing today.
And also
Why not?
a Mercedes jacket.
It's too cold.
So yeah, that'll give Richard and Ben time to watch
Oh.
the Formula E race.
Yeah, your homework.
It's okay. You'll recognise the circuit.
I
You'll
have
enjoy it.
enough homework.
Go
make
watch
The only
this.
Formula E race I'll watch is it when it's at Monaco.
Well, this one was at Mexico City, so that's an F1 track as well.
Yeah, but that doesn't
You
matter.
like that track?
Yeah, exactly. You all enjoy that track. Red Bull go well there.
But there's not Red Bull on the track. It's just squeaky batteries.
On that lovely note.
Right, and Ben, go enjoy Formula E. It's good. It's good racing.
As a Michelin man.
There is the
Okay.
Michelin Man. Anyway, so once Richard and Ben have actually watched the Formula E race, we'll talk about that next week. So that brings to an end this week's episode of the Turn 5 podcast. Stay up to date with everything car launch on social media, hashtag F1, etc. And we will see you next week. Ta-ra.